This is a really interesting story, and it's interesting because, number one, the service is pretty amazing, and clearly it's something that's needed. And number two, I remember back to April when the service first launched at the time and then basically forgot about it. So let me remind you, because certainly, as I said, it's something, first of all, the idea is great, and it's something that's extremely important and necessary, certainly given the way our healthcare system is today. So let me introduce you to OREN SEBAG. He is CEO of an app called Avvy, A-V-V-Y. He's also a registered nurse and has been for like 20 years here. OREN, thanks so much for being with us today.
Oh, thank you for having me.
So I love the story, first of all, that this is kind of like Uber for healthcare. Now, I will specify at the beginning, yes, you can still go online now, or you can call a CLSC and schedule an appointment, and someone will come to your house if you can't go for a blood test or a urine test or whatever, or a flu shot. But the difference with your app is this is immediate, right?
Right. So basically, it's about giving people choices, Quebecers choices, right? So you can obviously take an appointment through Click Santé, go to your doctor's, clinic, pharmacy, get some basic services that you might need. Or you can go through our application, get the services that you want, when you want it, where you want it, and through a few clicks.
The first question obviously will be, you've been a nurse, as I read, for 20 years. When did you come up with this idea? How did you come up with it?
It's an interesting story. Actually, through the pandemic, I did do Je Contribue. We worked a whole bunch of nurses together at the CHUM at the time in different hot zones. Did a lot of house calls during that time as well. And I came up with the concept, and through a network of professionals, I was contacted by a couple of healthcare professionals who already had advanced the project, and we partnered up and made it happen.
So you developed this app. As I said, you launched in April. Where are you now on this? How many people have used the service, and are you going to expand the service?
Certainly. So we started what's called a soft launch in February, tested the app, pressure cooked it, made sure it works well, and it does. In April launch, we're already at thousands of people that have it on their phones, hundreds and hundreds of calls already done. Even today, as we speak, we got, I was just looking at the board, we got a few calls coming in ASAP, some for strep, some for immunization. So it's active, it's ongoing, it's something that we kind of dreamt of, and having this app kind of function by itself and looking at how many people are getting this intelligent choice in Quebec is something that we're very proud of as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say, just for people who don't know, so how would it work? I would go on and download the app like I would any other app, and then say, for example, I needed a blood test or wanted a blood test, and my doctor had suggested I get one. I just go on, that's the service I request, and what happens at that point?
Right. So that's exactly what you just said. You go into your either Google Play Store or Apple App Store and download Avvy, A-V-V-Y. And once you download the app, just a few registration process, and then you're in. Once you're in, all the services are there, all the prices are there. And if we look at the example you just gave, right? You're at the doctor, you finished your appointment for, let's say, a yearly screening, and you come out with a requisition for a blood test. You simply go on the app, choose blood test, take a picture of the requisition that the doctor gave you. From there, choose the time and place that you want it. Could be as early as today. Or we have an option that's also called ASAP, which can dispatch the closest professional within minutes. But, if you need to fast because of your blood test, it's always better to take the appointment the next day. Take the appointment, the nurse will be there, the blood test will be done, you'll get your results pretty fast.
Okay, so you mentioned about a requisition, and the first thing I thought of was, let's say you didn't have a doctor's requisition slip. Let's say you just decided, for my own information, whatever, I'd like to get a blood test. Can you do that regardless?
No. So there's certain tests that we can do regardless under the professional order of nurses, but most tests, whether we do an electrocardiogram, whether we do a blood test, those require a requisition.
Okay. For a flu shot, you don't need a requisition?
No, you don't. No.
So there are some things you will and some things you won't.
Correct. And by the way, when you book your appointment, it will say if you need a requisition or not, and you can't book it without actually taking a picture. So it's safe proof.
Okay, so I will ask you then, because people hearing this are saying this is great. You also mentioned this feature ASAP. If you needed something, split second, you can have someone show up at someone's house within an hour?
The the fastest time we've seen is 7 minutes.
7 minutes. What did that person want? I'm curious.
A strep test.
And someone went right over. Now, you obviously have nurses working within the system for you. Where did they come from? Or is this something they just do on the side?
So we have a hybrid system. We have nurses that work for us full-time, and we have nurses that work for us what we call, casual nurses. So they go on the app, they activate themselves for a few hours. If a call comes in, they get it.
Wow.
Most nurses, I shouldn't say most, but all nurses are vetted, trained, and certified by Avvy. So it's not a random nurse that comes to you, much like, you would have an Uber driver from, anywhere come to you. We actually vet, equip, and make sure that you're getting the best experience possible.
And is the government involved in this in any way?
No.
Nothing. So RAMQ doesn't get involved in this. You pay what you pay, and that's the end of it.
That's pretty much it, yeah. You pay the convenience fee for the nurse to come to you.
Okay. So, some people say, okay, this is a great idea. Is that, that much more money to get this done this way, to simply go to a clinic and get a test done?
I think it's more about the convenience versus anything else. It's just, the convenience of having the test wherever you want and whenever you want. We've had people do it at a hotel, people doing it at work, blood tests at work or at home early in the morning, right? So these are the types of aspects and choices and smart choices that we offer to Quebecers right now, and we're very proud of it.
Good for you. It's a brilliant idea, and as you describe it, it's kind of like Uber for healthcare services, which makes sense because people are coming to see you. You started this in Montreal. What's the plan to roll this out? Are you going to go to other places in Canada, or what's the approach?
Great question. We are in the Greater Montreal, actively now in the Greater Montreal area, so servicing 4.2 million people. We are about to open in Quebec City very shortly and expanding west, Toronto, Vancouver, hopefully in Q1, Q2 of next year.
Okay, and at this point, for someone who's been, in nursing for 20 years, now you sound obviously like a businessman rolling out this new business. Where do you go from here?
Well, we're going to reinforce home base, meaning we're going to continuously make sure that we can offer Quebecers the best service possible through the application. We do have a Avvy corporate segment that was just launched as well recently for employers that actually want to make sure that employees get that benefit as well. So it happened almost, by fluke, I would say. We did a lot of tests for, heads of companies, et cetera, and they were like, well, I need this for my employees. So we actually modified the application to be able to cater to both an enterprise solution and a direct-to-consumer.
I'm curious about one other thing. It sounds like such a genius idea. Was there someone else doing something like this? Like in the U.S., does no one offer this kind of service, or did this get based on something else?
So as far as I know, and looking at the competitive landscape, there's not much out there right now in terms of the technology and the way we're doing it.
Anyway, as I said, it's pretty remarkable. And again, I will let people know we're coming into that season, right, for flu shots. I know a lot of people probably don't like the idea of having to go to a doctor's office, assuming they have a doctor, and sitting in a waiting room, with other people. So it seems like a pretty good way to go. Can I just ask, for something like a flu shot, if you're booking it, what would that cost?
That's funny you should ask. We just launched a family special, so 4 shots for, I believe $149. Usually flu shots range around $89 under the Avvy app. We have a family special, or a 4-pack if you'd like, where we come to you for $149. It's a limited time offer. It's being advertised heavily, so you would have known about it hopefully shortly. But flu shots are about $89. We come to you. Right now, you can book as of October 17th to get your flu shot with Avvy, and it'd be our pleasure to do so.
By the way, can I ask, do you do any COVID stuff at all?
So because we are nurses and we do healthcare, there are COVID tests that are in there as well. It's not the core of the business. It used to be under a different legacy company that merged together with Avvy, but right now it doesn't represent the core of the business. A lot of it is blood tests, EKGs, immunization, flu shot, hopefully in the next couple of weeks as well.
But if someone wanted to get a COVID test, you would be able to provide that service?
Certainly.
Okay. Look, good for you. Congratulations. It sounds like a pretty nice success story, and it's nice to know it started here. OREN, thanks so much. Appreciate your time today.
Thank you, Aaron. Appreciate the time.
You bet. The app, by the way, if you want to check it out, I was looking it up while we were talking, is AVVY, Avvy, and you can sign up directly online when you download the app from the App Store, Google Play Store, or wherever else. Nice idea.